Flash, the fastest man alive, is a prime example of a superhero with a specialty. The Flash has only super speed. Otherwise, he's an ordinary human being. Moving fast is an appealing idea that inspires a number of imitators. For example, Marvel's character called Quicksilver. Now, the writer, Gardner Fox, envisions the Flash, the original Flash, as a type of reincarnation of the winged Greco-Roman god Mercury, also known as Hermes. And there is even an overt reference to the myth in the Flash's winged helmet and winged boots. The character is also given a red tunic with a lightning bolt on the front, and he wears blue tights. The original artwork was done by Harry Lambert. Lambert is an uninspired and rather crude artist, and he is quickly replaced after just 2 issues. His replacement is Everett E. Hibbard. Hibbard was a commercial artist, and Hibbard gives the Flash a somewhat more realistic look, and his artwork shows the influence of the Sunday Funnies, newspaper comic strips that he worked on. His artwork has a very strong sense of design. The Flash speedily becomes a hit with readers and soon branches out into a spot in All-Star Comics by the spring of 1943. An all-Flash comic book hits the newsstands, and the character also appears in the Comic Cavalcade. Now, the Comic Cavalcade was a massive 15-cent anthology, which the Flash shared with Wonder Woman and the Green Lantern. Now, in the original Flash story, a college student named Jay Garrick comes by his incredible speed after inhaling the deadly fumes from elements of heavy water. His power to move at the speed of light does not come from the supernatural, but comes from science. Now, the first thing that Jay Garrick, the college student, does after he gains his swiftness is to join the football team in order to impress his blonde girlfriend named Joan Williams. Joan soon becomes fully aware that her boyfriend, Jay Garrick, is also the Flash, and she occasionally asks him to do her superhero favors every once in a while. Now, after the football game, the Flash defeats a gang of spies by outrunning them, and decides to adopt his new costume and go into the superhero business. Now, DC superheroes actually lighten up during the World War II era in an attempt to boost troop and home front morale. The heroes pick up comic clowns, comedic sidekicks, rather than serious ones. The Flash takes on a trio of buffoons, the 3 dimwits, Winky, Blinky, and Noddy. These fellows are obviously based on the 3 Stooges, and Winky, Blinky, and Noddy plague the Flash's life for several years. The Flash's art style tended to be cartoonish from the beginning, and his adventures always had a strong, humorous element. Now, the increased number of Flash stories, remember, he's appearing in 3 comic books, soon requires more artists. Well, Hal Sharp and Louis Furstadt ghost draw the Flash without any credit. Carmine Infantino and Alex Toth also take turns drawing the Flash. Alex Toth was a gifted and creative artist, and very inventive and distinctive, with a simple and forceful style. And Toth was always reinventing himself, experimenting, changing, and modifying himself. The Flash and his post-war adventures look and sound much more serious after World War II. And the three dimwits vanish from the pages of the comic book. But as the golden age begins to wane, the character's speedy run, The Flash, ends in 1949. All right, let's move on to Hawkman.